Over the weekend in New York City, you had animal activists there to protest in regards to animal activism, of course. But then you had some show up who really just didn't give two fucks. And they let them know it. I'm Jazz Borgonzo, and this is what's next. Good Monday, everyone. Jazz Borgonzo here, another episode of What's Next, your daily dose of common sense and facts. Hope you guys are doing well today. Well, after a somewhat so-so weekend, we're going to kick off this one. Well, I can't say so-so weekend. Things did happen, and we go to New York City, where animal activists were running around, screaming animals have rights just as we do. And of course, you've had some people who showed up there to take in the scene and also not give two fucks. Here we go. This comes out of the blaze. Watch angry animal rights activists lose their damn minds when a man eats a shish kebab in front of them. Yes. Yeah, you got people who just want the reactions. And there you have some of the activists. Animal rights activists held a large protest in New York City on Saturday afternoon. However, some of the participants became concerningly unhinged when a man committed the crime of eating a shish kebab in front of them. Independent photojournalist with the Twitter handle Viral News New York City covered the large protest by animal rights activists in New York City because no one else would want to. The protesters were boasting signs with slogans such as "Meat is murder," "It's not fashion," "It's violence," and "Go vegan." Yes, because we all seen how healthy those vegans are. This is one of the scenes out of New York City on Saturday. Okay, that's good. All right. Another clip out of the massive millions and millions, not really, maybe 1,000 people. That's pretty decent. There you go. You pretty much get the gist on that one. The animal rights activists were furious that people were eating ice cream. How dare you? Outside of the Fendi store, protesters spilled fake blood and said the luxury fashion brand had blood on its hands. There were also screams of 50 dead animals for one fur coat. Still doing the fur coat thing? Didn't this die off in the 80s? I don't know. The crowd demanded a fur-free New York City in front of the Louis Vuitton store. Well, outside a McDonald's restaurant, demonstrators yelled, "It's not McDonald's, it's McMurder." I wonder how long it took for them to put that one together. They were probably holding it, just waiting, salivating to use that one. Standing near the front door of a Nike store, animal activists claimed that the colossal shoe manufacturer kills 2 million kangaroos a year. Claimed. We don't actually really know if that is true, or even to that number, or even if they use kangaroos at all. One man infiltrated the protest and trolled the animal rights activists by eating a shish kebab right in front of them. Multiple animal activists lost their damn minds because the man had the audacity to eat meat. How dare you again? The scene became incredibly intense, but the vitriol didn't stop the man from enjoying his shish kebab. The outright animal activists lectured the man, "You disgust me. Who do you think you are? You're just a coward. You're a spineless piece of shite, and you're embarrassing yourself. You're gonna die on your own." Some of the crowd chanted, "Shame, yes, shame." And even more enraged protesters shrieked obscenities in the meat-eating troll's face. The man trolled the woman by licking the shish kebab with great delight. Warning, explicit language. And here we go, kids.
You're disgusting. What do you think you are? You're just a coward. You're a fucking coward. You're a spineless piece of shit. And you're embarrassing yourself. What am I gonna do? Nothing. You're gonna die on your own without fucking protection.
Us? Huh? It feels fucking good? You and your small
Wow. 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 Dude's got balls. But I tip my hat to you, sir. The New York City protest was part of the World Day for End of Speciesism. Demonstrations organized by the People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, of course. It only took 3/4 of the story to pull this one out. The Viral News in New York City interviewed PETA campaign specialist Ashley Byrne about the World Day of End of Speciesism. Quote, I'm here because this is our chance as animal activists to come together once a year to celebrate our movement, to let the world know that we're taking a stand together against speciesism, which is the idea that humans are superior to animals and we have a right to use them for our purposes. Well, yeah, there's a little thing called the Bible, and man was put in charge. We are the top of the food chain. Someone needs to tell her that. And I think that we all want our, out of being here today, for people to think that about their relationship with animals and realize that animals are individuals. Yes, they're people too. She added, they were created for their own purposes. They're thinking, feeling individuals just like us. They deserve better than to be used and exploited for human purposes. Like I said, the dude's got balls. The dude was sitting there eating it. He was licking it. He was enjoying every single morsel and every single second of it. But for the overall purpose of animal rights activists and groups like PETA, their objective is not to just stop themselves from eating meat or to put out the message that eating meat is wrong and here's why, here's the facts, here are, the science behind it, the reason why we should be treating these animals more ethically, and I agree. From that statement, from that purpose alone, I agree. Sorry, China, you shouldn't be eating dogs. Or cats, or any other domestic animal. Now, treating animals ethically before they are put down, I agree. Humanely, I agree. But when it comes to animals that we eat as human beings, because we are carnivores by nature, we are built to eat meat. We are not built to eat, strictly trees and shrubs. It's not who we are. It's not who we are. Sorry. But when it comes to the abuse of animals, I disagree also. I mean, that falls back into treating them humanely. So when you have ships on or out where in the middle of the ocean and they see a whale, oh well, let's kill the whale, not to survive, but for sport. When you're shooting deer, not to survive, but for sport. Ask Ted Nugent, who on his property controls the deer population, but he eats the meat. He eats it. He just doesn't eat it for sport. You got a lot of people out there who go after lions and tigers just for the sport. For what else? You're not going to eat a lion. You're not going to eat a tiger. You're just going to hang them up on your wall. To me, that's disgusting. That's abhorrent. I agree with animal activists on one aspect. But when it comes to people like this, who, because they are stopping it themselves, you must stop it yourself. And how dare you eat the meat? It's pretty much it in a nutshell. But once again, love that dude. Love that dude. He was trolling him, and he was trolling him hard. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.